Hello everyone, and welcome to another quick episode of Trek Canon, Bootleg Edition. So, many of you guys will remember the Lower Decks episode where at the end they asked who is the most important person in Starfleet history, and the answer was Chief Miles O'Brien. Now, a lot of people chuckled and everything like that, and a lot of people focused on the fact that they included Chief O'Brien as the most important person in Starfleet and included in that show. But I'm going to give just one connection that's based in canon that I think should solidify what they was talking about, the point that they were trying to make. Now, I don't know if this was the point that they were trying to make, but this here is simply right here. I think everybody could agree with it. So, if everybody remembers the episode, The Most Toys in the Next Generation, you guys remember at the end, Data confronts Kivas Farjo. And due to some wrestling with his ethics program, he decides that the best option to deal with Kivas, okay, spoilers, the best option to deal with Kivas was to kill him with the Variant Disruptor. Now, the thing about that is that we all know that that violated Data's ethics protocols, right? Which he's not supposed to be able to do. Now, the other thing about that is that the person who stopped him from doing that was Chief O'Brien when Chief O'Brien beamed him off of the ship. Now, just on a side note, that's one of the other rare times that Lieutenant Commander Data lied. He lied about what was the reason of the discharge of that Variant Disruptor. And he was smooth when he did it too, man. He was like, they was like, yeah, Data, can you explain why this Variant, was in discharge and everything during transport? We had to deactivate it. Data was basically like, oh man, something must have happened during transport. Yeah, take Kivas Farjo into custody, man. I'm out. And he bounced, right? So, but anyway, long story short, if Data had killed Kivas Farjo, then Data would have been in violation of not only Starfleet regulations or Starfleet law, but of his ethics program. So, on the best side, him violating Starfleet law, he would have been court-martialed and kicked out of Starfleet. And if even if he survived the court-martial, they would have found that he violated his ethics program, and they would have basically took him out of Starfleet until they figured out what was wrong with him. Because again, you can't have an AI that's not bound by certain rules, and Data is, although a life form, an artificial life form. So the thing about that is that Chief O'Brien beamed him off that ship, allowing him to be able to stay in Starfleet, and then if allowing him to be at Sector 001 during the episode Best of Both Worlds, in which case Data was the only person able to connect with Locutus and shut down the board Q and stop the assimilation of Earth. Now, so again, if Chief O'Brien hadn't been there to beam Data off of that ship in the Most Toys, then Earth Data wouldn't have been able to link with Locutus during the episode Best of Both Worlds, and Earth would have been assimilated, thereby destroying the Federation. So that's the reason that Chief O'Brien, based on canon, for one instance, is the most important person in Starfleet history. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I went way out on a ledge right there. Maybe you guys know some other instances that you guys know of that can link Chief O'Brien as to reason why he's considered the most important person in Starfleet. Not Kirk, not Archer, not Pike, not April, but Chief O'Brien. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Oh, just to let you guys know, when I get to 300 subscribers, and I'm almost there, and I know that's puny for some people, but to me, man, that's awesome. When I get to 300 subscribers, I want to do a live podcast where I pick an episode of Star Trek, where you guys pick an episode of Star Trek, and we just watch it and talk about it, and kind of bounce ideas back and forth about what's going on in it. So if you guys got an idea about what episode you guys would like that to be, please put it down in the comments, and I'll take the episode that was tallied up the most, and we'll just use that, man, and sit down with some popcorn and, you know, do our thing. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And peace, recycle, and say the whales. You guys be cool.